Right then, my name is Duddits and I've got some advanced void tightening for you today, bit of glaive gameplay and some blinding bubbling gameplay as well. Like I said, there's quite a lot to this video. It's a bit of an advanced sort of guide. If you want to stick with me right the way through to the end, it's really worth it. This build is absolutely crazy, something I did a few seasons ago. I think I was one of the first on the scene with this particular build, but it is really strong. The build itself is focusing around two exotics. The Titan exotic glaive, Edge of Action, which deploys little bubbles, portable shields, portable bubbles, and I'm also going to feature Helm of Save 14, which gives you an overshield and blinds enemies trapped inside of it. And these two work together perfectly because the shield that you get from the glaive, the little portable shield, is also going to get the benefits from Helm of Save 14. So like I said, there's quite a lot to it. Stay with me, and it's an awesome build. Start off with the glaive, the exotic glaive, Edge of Action. What it does, it's a 55 rounds per minute, it's void, hybrid ranged polearm with frontal shield, generates energy on dealing range damage. The remote shield, the exotic trait on there, when the energy is full, consume it before firing to make your next shot deploy a protective shield on impact. And just the perfect pairing for this glaive is Helm of Save 14. Targets that enter your Ward of Dawn are blinded, while allies that pass through gain a void overshield. Guarding with Sentinel shield also blinds nearby targets, but we're concentrating on the bubble today. So when you or your teammates enter that bubble, you're going to get a 25% damage increase with Ward of Dawn. And then on top of that, you're going to get a nice overshield granted from the Helm of Save 14. And anything that goes in there is going to be blinded. So I've just got a couple of examples of that working now. So your Ward of Dawn, just like so, you're going to pop that. Anything in there is going to get blinded, and you can see that void overshield that applies to you and your teammates. So it's quite handy. You can use that on spawns or just to get a teammate up or something like that. So it's really handy. But the void exotic glaive, the Edge of Action, these little deployable portable shields that you bang down like that also gets the benefits from Helm of Save 14. So the enemies are also going to be blinded, and on top of that you're going to get a nice void overshield for you and your teammates. So the pairing itself is a really nice pairing, and you can imagine where this is going to be extremely useful, all different types of situations. So for example, situations like this, you've got loads of enemies spawning, you maybe want to slow the player down, you can bang one of them portable shields there on the spawn. Anything that goes through there is going to be blinded. It works against most mages, it doesn't work against champions, but tanky yellow bars, tanky red bars, it is extremely useful just for slowing the play down. Or the other way you could use it is for getting teammates up, like so. Give that nice overshield when you revive them as well. And then on top of that, like I said, you've got your deployable shield to stick down, just to create a sort of safe haven for you and your teammates as well. So having your Ward of Dawn and a portable shield, just to deploy a couple of safe haven areas, and then anything that goes in there again is going to be blinded, and you're going to give your teammates a nice overshield in there as well, which obviously helps with their survivability and your own. Got quite a lot more going on with this build as well. Not only are we just focusing on bubbles, we've got loads of stuff going on, so stay with me. But the actual flow of the build is really good, and you can sort of see like little situations like so, where you want to sort of put that down, that bubble down, get in the middle of them, blind 3 or 4 enemies at a time, and then watch this grenade. Look how much damage you cause with this grenade with Echo of Undermining and Controlled Demolition. Hitting a target with avoidability causes targets to become volatile. It's a really nice aspect on the Titan Controlled Demolitionist. Like I said, I didn't want to spend loads of time on Controlled Demolitionist because you'll probably see loads of videos that infinite volatile and all that stuff, but that's just one of the sort of features on the build. And again, perfect examples of where you can use your deployable shield from the glaive just to get teammates up. Another couple of ways you can use this as well is to trap enemies. It does actually blind this Tormentor as well. The Helm of Save 14 is a major. It does do most mages, blinds most mages, but you can actually get them stuck in there like so. You've got a nice overshield, and you can actually just hammer them with your void glaive, batter them to death with your glaive if you want, and you're nice and safe. Perfect for solo gameplay as well. If you want to sort of trap some enemies on spawn like that, get your nice 25% damage increase. They're all blinded, they're rendered useless, they don't know what they're doing. You can just smash them to bits with your glaive. And then again, boss damage or something like that, you might be in a situation where you've got no ammo, you're going to be able to have a nice overshield, and anything that tries to bother you, they're going to get blinded from behind. Again, just creating 2 safe havens. You've got your bubble safe haven, and then you've got your mini bubble from the glaive. So you've got 2 safe haven areas, which is extremely useful. Now, one of the fragments to use is Echo of Leeching. Melee final blow, start health regeneration for you and your nearby allies. It also gives you 10 resilience. But Echo of Leeching, melee final blows, if you've got a glaive on, this actually works with glaives. So you're going to give yourself health regeneration and your teammates. And it's a fragment not a lot of people use, but if you're running glaives on a void subclass, get it on because it's really good just to get that health regeneration for you and your teammates. Now, so just some more gameplay of everything sort of working together. I wanted to show it off in all different types of activities, whether it was like 3-man battlegrounds, legend battlegrounds, or even just normal strikes. It's handy in GMs, it's going to be good in dungeons, solo, things like that, and even like lost sectors like you've seen, it's really extremely useful. And even just for things like this, maybe where you have to go out, you've got a safe haven again, like from that little mini deployable shield from the glaive. You're going to get that nice overshield, and you can stand there and know that you're safe in that area for a good 20 seconds. And another thing I just want to add with that mini deployable glaive bubble as well, it's really, really indestructible. It takes so much damage. I've never seen one destroyed. It's an absolute tank of a bubble. It takes loads and loads of damage. I think it actually takes more damage than Ward of Dawn, the Titan Super, so it's a really solid bubble. Another aspect I like to run is Bastion, so as well as giving your teammates the safe havens and the overshield from your Ward of Dawn and the mini bubbles, you're also going to be able to give your teammates pretty much infinite overshields whenever you use your super, your barricade, or even hit them with your melee, which we'll go into a bit more as we go. But I just want to focus on the legs at the moment, because on the legs you'll notice I don't have any void or solar surges or anything like that. I actually run 2 innovations for grenade cooldown, and I also like to run this one, recuperation. So every time you pick up an orb, you're going to get health regeneration. But I can sort of see people maybe asking, wouldn't you run some sort of surges on your legs? No, because I run this one, void weapon channeling from the seasonal artifact. You gain a temporary bonus to void weapon damage after you defeat a target with a void weapon while at least one of your void abilities is fully charged. So having the health regeneration and the grenade recharge on the legs is really good if you pair void weapon channeling. So you got the best of both, then you're still going to get the void weapon damage. Obviously if you stick it to a void weapon. I'm just going to quickly go over my aspects of fragments really quickly. Controlled demolition, which we've already touched on, that gives volatile for all your void ability hits. Bastion, which we've just touched on, to give your teammates more sort of overshield. Vortex grenade is a really good one to run, or magnetic grenade, I would stick to them two personally. Shield throw or shield bash, I prefer to run shield throw because it's got a shorter cooldown, and then obviously when you hit your target with that, it's going to give them an overshield, your teammates an overshield as well. Again, the same with rally barricade. I prefer rally barricade because it's got a slower cooldown. And then Echo of Expulsion, void ability final blows cause targets to explode. That paired with Vortex is crazy. Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets. That's an absolute perfect fragment to run. And Echo of Leeching, which we've just touched on. So they're the aspects of fragments I like to run. Again, you might want to mix and match them up, but I would definitely 100% run them 3 in my opinion, because you're going to get loads and loads of void ability kills with the volatile stuff going on with the Echo of Undermining and the Echo of Expulsion. So if you are still with me, I just want to sort of touch on this one more time as well. Just getting the 25% extra damage increase and an overshield from the Ward of Dawn is really, really useful. Obviously 25% damage increase, which does stack with surges and void weapon channeling and stuff like that. So I know wells are really good at the moment, but in certain situations you might want an overshield. If you do, this build is going to do that for you, give you 25% and an overshield. A couple of other things that I like to run on the Ascendant Scepter. Volatile Flow is a no-brainer. Picking up an orb grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. Bricks from Beyond, defeating a powerful combatant with a void weapon has a chance to generate heavy ammo for you and your teammates. It's a really good team build, all this going on together, not just for you. Medieval Champion to make your glaives unstoppable or your swords overload, but obviously we're focusing on the glaive for unstoppable. So yeah, I'll leave everything playing out at the end. I'll also leave a dim link. I'll preview the build at the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Are you going to use it? Are you going to try and get this glaive? Thanks for watching. Have a great day.